You are listening to KC Sports Network, the #1 podcast network for today's Kansas City sports fans. With former players from your favorite teams, informed perspectives, and former insiders, this is the place for you. KC Sports Network is proudly presented by Emprise Bank, your partner in possible.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the KCSN Defensive Film Breakdown, brought to you by Derrick Johnson's Defend the Dream Foundation. We appreciate him being with us every single week, as he is this week. So if you are watching this, click the link down below. Go down there, donate a little money to the Defend the Dream Foundation. Help us out a little bit. We appreciate DJ doing that, so go and appreciate him by donating a little bit to the foundation. DJ, my friend, Chiefs get a big win here over the Jacksonville Jaguars, looking pretty good. The Bills lose. The entire rest of the division loses. I mean, it's a pretty good week if you're sitting in the Chiefs position right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We always, I know Andy Reid's philosophy, and it's all about trying to control our own destiny. You got to win the division, and being at the top of our division, kind of taking control of that, and then eventually the AFC, the whole AFC comes to play. And we're in good standings. We're in good standings. Not there yet, but we're in the driver's seat. And with our guys getting healthier and healthier, it's gonna be pretty uplifting for us for the next couple months.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Mike's not here with us today, so we are going to rely on you to break down some linebacker play here. So I'm going to get it started. First and foremost, this is a play that Nick Lecky, offensive lineman, joined us last week because I wanted to talk about what the Titans were able to do, how the Chiefs were able to shift into a bear front, adjust against the Titans here. But this is one of the plays that did not go so hot throughout the entire first half. And it kind of plays into what they did anticipating blocks in the Jaguars game. So, DJ, I'm just going to let this one go, and you can kind of see how the guards here, you're going to see them climb to the second level and be able to eliminate this. Willie Gay Jr. does a good job taking on the fullback, but they just weren't able to anticipate this and get off blocks, and it created big gaps for Derrick Henry to run through for most of the game. What are you seeing here when you watch something like this?
Yeah, this is always, at the end of the day, we know that if you have a balanced front like this, most likely they are running away from the safety, with the safety is down to our right now, and the defense is left. But you want to run to the 2 technique or the 1 technique. You never really want to run to the 3 technique because it's just harder for you to get running lanes going. So as inside backers, we should move a little bit that way, not overly, because, offenses are smart. They say, okay, they're really shifting over. Let's go the other way. But knowing, hey, they're probably not going to run to the safety side, and they're probably they run away from the 3 technique. You got to have those thoughts in your head. So when it happens, you can move a lot quicker. And I think just right now, their alignment kind of has them beat. And then that's able to get the angles on the guys, but keep playing it right here. This is hard. This is hard because everybody's running sideways. When you get people running sideways, man, it's you can't build a wall and come up and be stiff in the run. They're definitely setting the edge, which is cool. You want to set the edge. You got to do that. But the inside backers and the 3 technique and the 1 technique has to do a better job when it comes to eliminating these lanes right here. This is hard. This is hard right here for inside backers. I've had some success with it, and I've been on the other side of this, so I do understand what's going on right here.
Yeah, and the Chiefs definitely in this Titans game adjusted a little bit, moved to a bear front so that they could kind of tighten up things there. The guards weren't free releasing to the second level. They definitely did a better job of adjusting there. But I wanted to highlight that so that we can move here into the Jaguars game and show the way that they were able to kind of adjust and move better as a defense here and slip blocks. You see this one here, Leo Chanel and Willie Gay Jr. doing a good job, and it's going to reverse here, but doing a good job of adjusting and moving and slipping blocks, eliminating the angles here. So DJ, here you go, buddy. You're going to see both of these guys basically penetrating into the backfield, slipping blocks. You have to love seeing this.
Absolutely. It's all about getting up and in, and 5'4" does does a great job right here. I mean downhill. I've made this exact same play before. He's doing a great job by coming off the behind of his guy, of his 3 technique. And I tell you again, right? Where's the ball going? It's going away from the 3 technique.
Yep.
That's just traditionally how it works, and how their plays are better served for offenses. So knowing that, I mean, they've learned from their mistakes right here. I just tell you, man, just getting downhill. I love when linebackers just get downhill, get all the info you need, anticipate what you need to know in your head. But when that ball snaps, I need you to read the right thing, and that's reading the running back, and then getting downhill and being able to shoot gaps right here. Look at this set edge. I mean, that's how you honestly you got to build a wall up front. There's a lot of crazy space, small little space and nuances in the middle of the defense all the time. But there's one thing that's always set foundationally. If you can set the edge, you can combat everything. Like literally, you can say, hey, I'm setting the edge really good. It doesn't matter what's happening inside. It's going to be all clustered up in there. But if you don't set the edge and you start getting on skates, it kind of makes that offensive line look a lot better. And then when you go longer and longer to the sideline, and they're going horizontal, and nobody's come up and in yet, it's going to be hard to stop the run. That's when a lot of space comes to play, and they start getting on different levels. But this is a great job. This is a great job. I love this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Great job by all levels of the defense. Mike Dana, who in that Titans clip didn't have the best rep in the world there, but this is an excellent rep for the defensive end on the edge there. I mean, Travis Etienne, very explosive back, wants to get out to the outside, hit that outside, put his foot in the ground, plant, and just kind of hit the outside. There's no place to go here. That gap is closed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it all starts with the setting the edge at the end of the day. And I tell you what, don't get me wrong, I've had a lot of really, really good plays over my career. But if I didn't have Tom Bali and Justin Houston and those guys setting the freaking edge, it's the ultimate team game. So it's no way I can take a lot of credit, even though I was good at what I did and played at a high level. There's a lot of other guys doing their job.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to go to another play here. And what you're going to see, once again, you're going to see this was a better example of slipping a climbing blocker here by Willie Gay Jr. That tackle has his eyes set on Willie Gay Jr. Again, we're going to talk about setting the edge here. Chris Jones tracking this down. But this is the sort of play you can see. You're talking about maybe the alignment of this. We're going to back it up here and just kind of show what you're seeing here, and how maybe by alignment, he's not beat anymore because that tackle's trying to climb to him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm sure different formations and stance by Jaguars alluded them to do certain things. But I tell you what, man, it just doesn't serve as good when you run to the 3 technique. That's just what it is. It's just how it is. I'm keep saying that. But you see they're running to the 3 technique side, and he's the stopper. He's kind of like the edge setter. So to speak, at the 3 technique, which is hard to do when you got a good 3 technique like Chris Jones. You can kind of do anything. But going back to Willie Gay, just being able to be in alignment, saying, hey, I got the B gap, but let me scoot over just a tad bit, just in case if this ball goes to the right or to the defensive left, then this tackle, it's going to be impossible for him to get me, because I'm a fast, athletic linebacker, and I've done this play too. I've been in this situation, and the worst thing you can do is try to say, let me try to take on this block. It's like, no. That ball is over there. Let me go get closer to my work, and then if I need to take on a block, I'll take on a block.
Yeah, and you see him reading so quickly here. Like as soon as Lawrence puts his foot in the ground, he's already moving that way. That tackle had no shot at getting to Willie Gay, without holding him or committing a foul there. No shot of that. But yeah, Chris,
offensive. I get on offensive players. I'll have debates with them all the time, and coaches and players. I'm like, y'all, this is what offenses do. They get up there and they say, all right, you go block this guy and block that guy, and I'm thinking in my head, there's no way you're gonna cut me off, like, because offensively they have a plan and executing job that they have to do, but defensively we have the same thing. We're saying, hey, we're not going to let you execute that job, and we got to be better at beating our one-on-ones. And Willie Gay was perfect on beating his one-on-one, and actually made a big time loss for the Chiefs.
Yeah, the only player that's getting to Willie Gay Jr. here is the center, and if you do that, then Nick Bolton's got a free reign back. So yeah, it's one way or another, it's there. And yeah, really want to highlight Chris Jones. Chris Jones having a very consistent season, especially against the run, playing the run, arguably the best of his career. That's an excellent job by him, feeling the way that the offensive lineman's going and just cutting the angle off there.
Yeah, I've always praised defensive linemen that can just flat out get up the field and just penetrate. Sometimes I don't care if you're in the wrong gap or not. Freaking penetrate, and I'm going to read off of you. I'm going to figure it out. I'm not going to run behind your back. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where they're working well together. And Chris Jones, he's in a 4-eye actually. He's actually wider than a 3 technique. So now he doesn't have to really, when that guard goes wide to the right, he's going straight up, boom. And now he's right into him and setting the edge. That's perfect. Now, if he was in a 3 technique, it would have been a little harder for him to not get reached. But on this play, he's doing a great job by getting up and in. And I got flashbacks now. I can be right behind him saying, okay, there you go. Good job. And I'll just come right inside of him. I love that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, let's throw on another play here. And this is going to be a Nick Bolton play, just scraping over the top, reading the defense. You were just talking about reading the defensive line here. The prime example of it right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Now this is a perfect play by Nick, by just getting up and in, knowing the situation, knowing that hey, they're probably going to run away from the three technique again, but being able to get up and in, because a lot of times linebackers, they see a hole and they wait and they get up in there and trying to take on a block and somebody gets on them. But when you see it, freaking go. And this is a prime example. Look at his great footwork, just getting up and in right now. There goes the hole. You got to go. Look at him right now, now. And Nick is really patient. It's a lot of times where I'll be like, Nick, go. And I'm like, oh, he's already there. Like Nick doesn't have to, he doesn't have to panic at all. That's what I like about Nick Bolton. He's not a panic type linebacker and he gets all flustered. He's a guy that uses his footwork really well. He's very sound at linebacker. I'm just telling you, man, for a second-year player, he's mentally he's above where I was at that age in my second year. Mentally, he is.
He has been really good, especially come on over the past 3 or 4 games. He has been really good reading things out, keeping the defense organized. And I mean, they've thrown a lot at him in that Titans game. You know, the Titans were kind of up on him a little bit. Spagnuolo, Joe Colin, Brandon Daly, those guys made adjustments at halftime and came out with a completely different look. Started leaning on more of those bare fronts, started leaning on, linebackers mugged up in the B gap and stuff like that. That's hard, I'm sure, as a Mike linebacker to make that adjustment and come out and call a completely different defense after the half.
It is. And we had 2-3 techniques down there. And earlier I was talking about Raven about saying, hey, you got to run away from the 3 technique. That's your best option. But you got 2-3 techniques. So which 3 technique you're going to run to? Probably going to run to the defensive end. Yeah, just because he's not used to that. But, George's pretty good at what he does too. So for him to come down and smack that guard like he did, I mean, I love when it comes to bear defense, because inside backers, you coming downhill. Nobody's there to really block you. So if you're really technique sound mentally and getting up and in, you can make a lot of plays in the bear front. Now you'll be light on the back end when it comes to pass, but running game, you'll be really good.
So let's let's go to another one here. We're going to go all the way back here. We're going to go to this play right here with the Chiefs defense here. And you see that bare front and Willie setting the edge here. Now, this is again against the Titans here. And you saw, just looking at that first play that I showed, where you had a safety setting the edge with Mike Dana over there. Now they walk Willie Gay Jr. down off the edge, and he's able to squeeze through that gap. So you're talking about that bare front running at that defensive end. As you can see right here, that's Mike Dana. Kick down inside is more of like a 5 technique, closer to head up with the tackle. So you're going to try and run at that side of the line, and Willie Gay Jr. does an awesome job defending, squeezing that gap, and allowing Nick Bolton and Leo Chanel to come through here and make the play.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about setting the edge. You set the edge first, build a wall up front. And like I said, it's really hard. This is really a great scheme with the zone scheme and all the linemen just freaking reaching everybody. You can't expect the defensive linemen to stay in the gap all the time, but you do want them to still penetrate. But after Willie Gay is doing a great job on the edge, kind of the tone setter. I got to point out Nick right here, Nick Bolton. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, he's in a bad spot right now. He's in a bad spot, and he still gets a chance to get over face. Man, I would play this in the meeting room. Just tell people, hey, this is what you see when football is never perfect. Certain things happen, so many different angles happen, and you see Nick is kind of behind when it comes to taking on that block. But I tell you what, he freaking fights his tail off. Gets to his right side of his gaps, and this is boom right there, and then gets his head free. I'm telling you, man, that's a good freaking ball right there.
That's a tough block. That's a tough block. And, and when you saw the one earlier, the very first clip that I showed, his ability to beat this block blows up this play. He shuts the gap. And Leo Chanel coming backside also does too, but just an awesome job on that one. Really, really, really awesome job there. All right, we got one more, and this one is a fun one, and you're going to see kind of again here, you got a mugged up B-gap look from the linebacker. Again, the Titans were able to climb up to the second level pretty effortlessly. So put the linebacker down on the line of scrimmage. Reduce their ability to free climb up there and blow open holes. And boy, you want to see strength here. Leo Chanel, this rookie, absolutely makes a mess of this offensive line, just absolutely bodying a guard here.
You know what, Chanel, that's Chanel. He does a great job right here. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't do it. I'm not built that way to be that strong of a defensive lineman position in there like that. I would have, maybe try to be a little more slippery, but I mean, it tells you the strength that Chanel has. But I mean, golly, he was about to get taken over, and he freaking boom throws him into his gap. Now, when you throw your guy into his gap or you close it off like that, there's no gaps to be taken, and he just clustered this whole play up, that one man alone, and everybody else gets to eat.
Absolutely. And you see Colin Saunders up front here, playing the nose here, kind of a shade nose here, does a good job kind of getting his backside in the way there. Chris Jones as well frees up Willie Gay Jr. to also scrape over the top and help make the play. Team defense right there. But,
absolutely. And they just all scratching and clawing. That's what I like. All of them. Everybody's trying to get there. Nobody's waiting. Somebody to make the play. It's like, no, I'm gonna make it. And this is a great job just whooping the line of the Titans right here. All 5 guys up there. But I tell you what, that bare front, honestly, if I was 5'4", I would have told Coach, hey, let me get back where Willie Gay is, and you put somebody else right there at the 3 technique, because that is hard living right there. That is really good.
I mean, that speaks to his power and what they see from him from an athletic standpoint. I mean, we know he's strong. We talk about him setting the edge all the time, but my goodness, that's close quarters against a guard. That's a difficult play to make right there. That is all of the clips we have. So before we get out of here, DJ, Sunday Night Football coming up here. AFC West opponent. Obviously, the players are going to be up for this. There's no question that they're going to be up for this. Does it make any difference to you as a player? Are you sitting in the locker room, you heard all offseason about how everybody else in the AFC West made improvements. They all came up. They all added all these players. They're trying to add all these guys, and the Chiefs maybe didn't, quote unquote, didn't do enough. Now you're sitting week 10, week 11 here. You got a chance basically to put, for all intents and purposes, a 4-game lead. You'd be up 3 games on the Chargers, and you'd have the tiebreaker there. Is there blood in the water? Are you guys all just in the meeting rooms all week long? It's like, man, this is it. This is our chance to basically put it away this early in the season. Is that the mantra that's going through everything all week long here leading up to this game?
Yeah, that's always the goal at the end of the day, to win the division. And if you want to win it earlier, freaking win it earlier. I mean, that's what it is. And you're all right. A lot of people, a lot of different splashes with, with the Raiders and with, Chargers, and Denver, just everybody, splashes. But I tell you what, when something's not broke, you don't try to fix it. And the Chiefs aren't broke at all. I tell you what, they're getting better and better. Even losing Tyreek, which I, I'm a Tyreek fan. But I tell you what, everybody else has stepped up. I'm talking about from Pat making sure that, Scanlon is stepping up, making sure Nico Hardman is doing his deal. Juju, hopefully he gets back soon from his concussion deal, but he's been doing really good. And then you got the guy Tony. That's that people. Sorry. Let me make sure I mention 87 before I say anything. Okay, right. We know what he is. Okay, but Tony, I tell you what, man, he just needs that platform to say, hey, man, I am really good. I am that first round potential talent that was a couple years ago. I'm not a bust. I'm that guy, and he's in a positive situation right now with a great quarterback. And not that this is easier for him, but it helps him to show his talents, because he doesn't have that pressure. He doesn't have, it is what it is. We got a solid team where our culture is built and we're really good. So Tony comes in and say, hey, y'all want to, go one-on-one with me? I'm about to eat. Let's see what we got.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you got so many other weapons that Mahomes can get the ball to. And then you got Andy Reid pulling the strings in the back. Like, it just makes perfect sense why it would work. I'm a little surprised that they were able to get him on the field so fast, but he looks great. He looks absolutely great out there. Testament to the coaching staff, all that stuff. And you said it right there. Everybody goes out and makes a splash play. The Chiefs decide to get younger this year. Decide, hey, guess what? We're going to save a little money. We're going to get a little younger. We're going to invest in the draft. We're going to build for the future. And then look at it. It doesn't matter.
That's kind of having your this is in a positive way. That's having your cake and eat it too. It's like, because everybody wants to get younger. It's just what it is. Even if you're a veteran team, you want young guys so you can grow them up, because they're going to be there for a long time. And for the Chiefs to be in a position they're in, and just the culture and just the confidence that they have through Andy Reid. I'm telling you, I played for him for 5 years, and I'm telling you, he is awesome when it comes to being a player's coach. And Andy's doing what he does. And I'm sure he's having fun at it.
Yeah, I'm sure he is too. And this was fun as well. Once again, click the link down below. Donate to the Derrick Johnson Defend the Dream Foundation. DJ, my friend, thanks for joining me on this. We will be back next week to break down, hopefully, the Chiefs extending their lead in the AFC West. Be kind to each other, and we will catch you later.